How we doing? Good morning. Welcome to, well, I don't know, like a bit of desert or something like that in Turkey? I'm not sure. So, yesterday the rain didn't even happen. I successfully did the Billy Dodge again. I am still yet to experience proper rain. I mean, I had that little bit the other day, but it was literally for 10 minutes and I just did, just put my wet weather gear on for fun because I've been so keen to use it. I've never had an opportunity, but technically it didn't really rain. Not like a proper rain day. So I'm still yet to experience riding in the rain properly. What to say about this morning? I've just taken my time this morning. I've packed up everything now. I've done it over about an hour and a half. Normally it takes me about 20 minutes, half an hour, but I've been listening to some lectures again and just trying to absorb as much as I can, and just made some breakfast and chilled out a little bit. My legs are pretty tired, so I thought I'd just take my time. Anyway, I'm still moving towards Ankara. My original plan of Turkey was actually to head south down towards Antalya and go down towards the beautiful coastline and the Mediterranean, stuff like that. Firstly, my idea changed about heading towards Ankara and just heading straight towards Georgia, simply because I wasn't enjoying Turkey that much. But now I'm settling in a little bit and I am enjoying it. But I'm still going to stick to heading towards Ankara for a specific reason, and that is I've been noticing the last couple of nights it's been getting pretty cold. My sleeping bag is for 5 degrees Celsius comfort and 0 degrees for limit. So that means as soon as it gets down below freezing temperature, I'm pretty well fucked. So Georgia is actually more north in the away from the equator. So that means the direction I'm going, it's actually going to get colder and more mountainous, which means colder again. So essentially I've just got to move fast through Turkey. I don't really have a choice anymore. So that's pretty much the plan. So I'm heading towards the Black Sea now and passing through Ankara. That's pretty much it. So now I'm changing directions. I was going to go this way, but now I'm going to go this way. And that's pretty well where I'm at. So I'm going to go through a little town now called Busan. I'll see you there. I passed through Bozel and I found myself on a plain. There's no one here. It's super calming. Just me and just open land and a long road ahead. I don't know what to say. Tons of flies. Yeah, I'm just going to keep on rolling. Super peaceful out here. I might just have some time to think. God dang, it's been quiet and flat for so long. I mean, I was enjoying it before, but now I'm just fucking bored. Ugh. I'd love to listen to music, but I've just listened to all my music so many times. I have music on another SD card, but I don't want to have to change it over on my phone and all this sort of stuff. Essentially because then I can't record video. Work comes before play. Bullshit. All I've really got to do is think. I've been thinking and thinking and thinking. And now I'm hungry. So now I'm thinking about food. I think I'm going to get a big, dirty kebab at the next town that I find that's got a shop. Fuck it. Let's eat big, let's chill out and do nothing for a while. Flat, boring rides. Mountains more fun but harder work. Okay, so I've come to a fork in the road. Essentially, there's two different ways that I can go. One of them is uphill with an elevation of another 400 meters for the first 7 kilometers, which will just be a pain in the ass essentially. The other way is 100 meters elevation, and it's actually a shorter path. The difference is the way uphill is sealed and the way downhill is unsealed. I haven't been on unsealed for a while, so regardless of elevation, I think I might go for a ride through the dirt road for a while, just to do something different. I've been bored all day, so fuck it, let's try it, right? I've just come around the corner of this rock face just here on the dirt road I'm on, and the landscape of Turkey is just about to change, I think. check it out. It's like canyon-esque. I mean, I'm not quite sure how to describe it or what these rock formations are called, but things are starting to get a little bit different now. Things might get a little bit more interesting. I've been having such a boring day compared to yesterday anyway. Yeah, it's definitely a welcome change, so maybe I'll get a little bit of excitement. This dirt road's actually quite flat and quite nice to ride on. It's not too bumpy, so I'm having a pretty good time. Here we go, let's ride on. How are we doing? Yesterday I talked about like a camp that I went past. I said I wasn't really sure what it was. I have a bit more of an idea of what they are now because I've seen tons of them, and they're all by farms. Most of the time they're farming onions. So these are just families that live out here and are farming onions. I can't imagine you make too much money from it. I can't, and I see a lot of kids. There's a lot of kids living in these farms, and obviously they're not going to school or anything like that, and they just end up farming as well. I'm not sure if you can see the camp, but it's right there in the center of the shot. I'm not quite sure why anybody would sort of want to bring children into a world where you're just farming onions for the rest of your fucking life for somebody else who doesn't give a shit about you. This is where my issues with capitalism run into problems. I mean, if a money system is actually set up, if it's followed properly, then it works really well. But then some people just abuse it. And then you end up with one super fucking rich, onion farm owning guy with a whole heap of just people living in fucking tents by his onion farm, just picking fucking onions all your life. And your kids are picking fucking onions. Why the fuck would you do it? I don't know. There's two things I don't quite understand. Is one, why the people would bring their kids up in this fucking environment and not send them to school or, try and get them out of the fucking bullshit that they live in. And two, from the other end of the spectrum, how people can, justify making people live this way. Super heartbreaking. Really terrible to see. If it was just adults at the camp, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it so much, but there's so many kids there that just don't look happy. It doesn't make me happy either. Money and religion, huh? Money and religion. How we doing? And welcome to an abandoned petrol station. I've stopped here tonight because essentially just across the road here, I noticed a sign when I rode in that there is an archaeological site. So it's called Georgian or something like this, and no, Gorian, and apparently it's a civilization from 500 AD. So I'm going to go check out the archaeological site tomorrow. I probably didn't pronounce that correctly. Anyway, yeah, a bit of a cut off from the last video to where we are now. Essentially, when I rode past all these farms today, I noticed a lot of kids living in these camps and stuff like that, and it was pretty heartbreaking to see that they're, just living on a fucking onion farm. I guess what my piece out tonight is a bit of a reflection on my own life and seeing other people's. Sometimes I'm riding and I get really lonely, and sometimes I'm riding I get really depressed and bored and lots of different feelings that that aren't great, that aren't good, and that's definitely a part of long time travel and all that sort of thing. But then sometimes I look at other people's lives and realize that I'm probably one of the freest people in the world. I mean, I haven't worked a job in over a year. I'm eating out at fucking restaurants, even though they're in cheaper countries. But I'm eating out in restaurants. I've always got food. I'm never hungry. I've got it really, really good. And I guess it puts everything into perspective for me a little bit. And it makes me appreciate what I do have. And I am really appreciative of my life and my friends and the people that are all around me, my family and stuff like that. I mean, things could be worse. I could have grown up a fucking onion farmer in Turkey, right? So I guess that's all my piece out is. Be grateful. Again, I mean, I said this one the other day, but be grateful for what you've got. especially if you're the person watching this video, because that means you've got internet and a computer and all that sort of stuff. So appreciate what you got. You might be a fucking onion farmer. Peace out.